The first Double Special Heroes banner for 2023 has arrived. This is your chance to get limited time seasonal units before the reruns later this year. This is actually the entire Halloween banner and 3/4 of the Ninja banner from the past year. Sophia is here to tag along too. We'll talk about the 8 available units and go over all the fun skills on offer. For this month, we have 2 returning 4-star focus units. You can get Halloween Naga and Ninja Heath at 4-star and 5-star rarity. They will be sharing the 3% rate for this banner. Since both of our 4-star focus units are colorless, let's start there. Halloween Naga is the only non-5-star colorless dragon, and she is also a flyer. Naga's stats are a little odd with 31 speed, but right after her release came Rammed Grima with the Arcane Dragonstone. Definitely a solid candidate if you're serious about using Naga. Now, her actual weapon is the Serenity Breath Plus. It can inflict -5 attack and res on the foe and prevent a follow-up attack. Not terrible, but the Arcane option opens up way more builds. As for other fodder, Naga is actually filled with some pretty interesting stuff. Rally Up Attack Plus is rare, and Takuma's Rain is great for flying mages or dragons. Takuma's Catch 3 isn't crazy, but at the moment no other unit has the tier 3 at base. You can use this to get to the tier 4, which may be useful for other units on this banner. If you don't care about using Naga, she does have relatively rare skills for a 4-star focus. Our other 4-star focus unit is Ninja Heath, a slow flying colorless archer. Very high attack and defense stats with respectable resistance. The Wyvern Yumi Plus is a dual phase Brave Bow that grants +5 defense and res while inflicting -8 speed on the user. Brave weapons will continue to be one of the few inheritable weapons that aren't straight up replaced by an arcane option. Wyvern Yumi is also pretty spicy for armored archers such as the recent Winter Annette or the older Valentine's Fade, who was actually running for one more day. Could be a fun option for some of the newer archer demots like Etier with her Monster 45 base attack. The other fodder skills on Heath is Attack and Defense Catch 3, which is on some heroic rail units. Pulse Smoke is the rarest skill if you need to mess with pre-charged specials. Kind of an interesting 4-star focus colors group, some neat fodder is available. Moving on, first up in the red group is going to be Bridal Sophia, a flying red mage that is very slow but has rather high defense and res. Her Dragon Bouquet is simple. It grants +5 to all stats, grants weapon triangle advantage against colorless units, and also gives a follow-up attack. With the new Valentine's Leo, Sophia could get some damage reduction now in the form of Remote Mirror. Now for skills, she has Rally Defense Plus and Attack and Defense Push 4, which isn't really the first choice for most units. Sophia does come with Attack and Res Hold though for lots of debuffs that can also help with her team. Joining Sophia is Halloween duo Duma and Milla. They are a super bulky red armored dragon. Ghostly Lantern's accelerated specials grants +6 attack, inflicts -6 attack on the foe, grants defensive no follow-up with follow-up denial. Then if the foe uses offensive special and Duma has 5 more res than them, inflict +1 special cooldown on the foe before their first attack. Very solid defensive kit. Duma forces the foe to have offensive no follow-up to double, and he will counter pre-charged specials if he has higher resistance. As for Woeful Upheaval, it inflicts 7 damage to all foes on turn 1 and gives Duma far save. He then gets up to 30% DR based on how much more attack Duma has than the foe, plus the amount of HP the foe has lost. He will stack more damage reduction with Dragon Wall 3, and Distant Ferocity is a distant counter skill that grants +5 attack. To encompass all of this, Duma's dual skill is a penalty neutralization, 30 HP heal, and grants a low status to allies within 5 columns and 5 rows centered on Duma. If you want a pretty scary far-saving dragon, this duo does just that. Moving on to the blue group, we have some pretty rare skills. Halloween female Corrin is back again as an ever-popular infantry blue dragon with a ton of speed and stats in general. Moonlight Stone has a stronger shield pulse effect baked into it, paired up with her unique defensive special. It also accelerates specials, grants +5 to all stats, grants blade type cooldown, and inflicts guard on the foe. As for Negating Fang, it's a defensive special with 30% DR against ranged and melee attacks, while also empowering Corrin's next attack by 30% of her attack stat. This synergy works extremely well with attack and speed finish 4's true damage and healing, which is becoming a very strong A skill for infantry units. Corrin will also have Dragon's Wrath 4, which grants 1-time 25% DR, and it boosts damage for 1 hit by 25% of the unit's attack minus the foe's res. Both of these skills are on this Corrin plus 1 other unit each, so they are still pretty rare. Joint Drive Attack is fine on anyone, but definitely prioritize the newer skills. The other blue unit is Ninja duo Laegjarn and Fjorm. This flying blue archer pair are min-maxed for low speed. Flame Frost Bow further drops speed while granting +5 defense and res. It also has accelerated specials with dual phase brave attacks. Laegjarn also boosts attack, defense, and res equal to 70% of the total bonuses on either the target or one of Laegjarn's allies within 2 spaces. Lots of bonus stat potential. Laegjarn's dual skill is a Gale Force ability. If she is entered combat, she can move again, which is always deadly with souped up brave weapons. Laegjarn would then have some great skills you can borrow, such as Attack and Res Catch 4 and Attack Smoke 4. She is also the only unit with Seal Defense 4, which is not bad now. It basically tries to inflict -11 defense on the foe during combat, but if the foe is debuffed, you will also inflict Guard. Great skill for brave weapons or just anyone looking for pure damage. If you can get Attack and Res Catch 3, you can get all the tier 4 skills on Laegjarn relatively easy. The only unit with Attack and Res Catch 3 at base is on this banner, 4-star focus Halloween Naga. Last group for today is green, and we have Halloween Male Corrin, a green infantry dragon with just a ton of stats and everything but speed. Starlight Stone accelerates specials, grants +6 attack, inflicts -6 attack, and guard on the foe. It grants 7 HP healing for Corrin on hit, and if it gets doubled, you reduce the first attack by 75%. Male Corrin accepts he's gonna get hit twice, so he gets big damage reduction for that first hit. To go with this build, he brings Distant Stance, which is the distant counter skill with +5 res. He also is the only unit with Dragon's Ire 4, which inflicts -4 attack and res on the foe, grants a follow-up attack on both phases, and for the enemy phase, you get offensive and follow-up too. This is a pretty good skill for a lot of slower dragons such as Halloween Naga, since you can get follow-up attacks on either phase now. However, that Arcane Dragonstone also grants free follow-ups, so for dragons without unique weapons, it's a bit lower on the list of needs. Last unit for today is Ninja Shirshei, a flying axe unit with low speed and very high attack and defense. Like her fellow Wyvern ninjas, the Wyvern Ono is a dual-phase brave weapon with +5 defense and res and a -8 speed penalty. It also grants true damage equal to 20% of her defense stat and grants flat damage reduction equal to the same amount. Simple effects for a brave weapon. You dish out more damage, you take less damage just for stacking defense. To further this ideology, Shirshei has attack and defense near Trace for Kanto and attack and defense hold for AoE debuffs. These two skills inflict -7 attack and defense on the foe. Very simplistic unit and playstyle. Try to get Shirshei more defense to work with. Overall, the green group doesn't have the most skills to choose from, but these are 4 pretty high quality options. That'll be it for this month's Double Special Heroes banner. Let's take a quick look at what's coming next for those that want to sit on their orb piles. We're finally moving back into the regular flow of banners. The main things to keep track of are this month's Legendary banner and March's Spring banner. If you're looking for fodder or limited time units, it could be worth waiting for the A Hero Rises Floating Gauntlet to kick off. It ends the same day as this Double Special Heroes banner. However, we only need to see the results of the first round to determine the 4-man banner. Ninja Camilla could potentially appear there, and we have a bunch of strong units like Harmonic Edelgard and Dual Crom. Or we could get Fallen Edelgard. Once the banner is determined, it will release sometime in March, so you can start planning. Speaking of which, now we are playing the waiting game for more engaged characters. How long before that second New Heroes banner for the game? Will they be focusing on Brodia this time? You also got to wonder how long before the engaged seasonals and legendary/mythic start coming in. For 3 houses, it was literally like a week after the initial starting banner that Mythic Sothis arrived. It is not impossible for this month's legendary to be summoned from engage, especially now that the game's been out for 1 month. Hopefully they don't throw out immediate spoilers for the endgame. Maybe this is how we get Male Allure, potentially in the engaged form with Marth. Surely we get engaged units in face somehow. They're just too flashy and important to the game to not get them here. Alright, enough chatting, let's wrap this up. Thank you for watching, good luck on your summons, and see you in the next video.